All right, give me a good door. I want the best one. Go. Did you shit your pants? What the fuck was that?
No, I tried going out instead
know
of
what?
in with my air.
I put pressure on you to perform.
I don't do well with that.
Well, after midnight you do.
It's true. That kind of pressure. Sometimes you apply good pressure. It's all different.
I talked to my friend Julie the other day, my friend from school, who you're friends with as well, and she said, we were just talking about the show, and she said, does Jake really sleep with as many people as he talks about? And I said, more.
Not as much these days.
No, not as much,
But
you've got stories.
Yeah,
We all should.
My body count was really high.
Y'all, do
in
what
my
you
20s
want.
and 30s.
You get that D or get that P. Get that count up if you want.
I think especially you can look back at my life and see there were areas where I was going through something.
Okay. All right.
Where
And not trying to work it out. You just wanted to work it out.
I was working it out all right.
Hey.
Yeah, I was working
You were
something
having
out.
a lot of somatic therapy. You were working. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
it.
something like that. And they were working it out too.
All right. Episode 8. Love is
Like,
Blind.
remember, y'all, you're working the pole or you're working the hole.
You got that's a good one.
You work it out some way. It's the pole or the hole.
Wow. So y'all know why we're doing this. October 19th, we're getting there. We've only got 2 more episodes, or 3. We've got to cover. We've got to do a whole new episode 10 because of fucking Crowdcast. Again.
How does it fuck us still 2 years?
It really, we still are talking about how great it is. Like you said, it sounds like we're sponsored by Crowdcast.
It does.
It's just a blaze of glory.
It really is the blimp of podcast accessories.
Oh, I wouldn't even use it now if they paid us.
Me either.
They'd have to pay us a lot.
No, even then.
All right, y'all. So this is episode 8. Here's the intro. This is exciting. Wedding dress shopping, this episode.
Oh, I remember this.
We're getting some dress shopping.
And all the girls are going together.
Yeah,
right?
Jessica was completely in her head about this.
She was hard to watch.
Yes, this is the first episode. But this is the first episode where we start to gain a little bit of sympathy for her, because well, first of all, this is where she tries to apologize to Barnett, and she was like, "I'm so sorry. I was just so drunk. I don't remember what I said." And because
never a good apology.
what episode was? I think you had the episode where they had the party and she tried to. Was that episode 7?
That was episode 9 when she apologized to
But when they had
Amber.
the party and she tried to hit on Barnett again.
That was episode 7.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was the episode. So this is after that. And so she's trying to y'all, episode 7 was a good episode. This one was good though. I said earlier I didn't think it was as good, but I forgot about there is something that happens in this where was it? I wrote it down. This was a great episode for me in that I forgot. This is the episode where Mark was at Jessica's and Drunk Dog was with Mark, and Drunk Dog was sitting on the floor, and someone finished. They were eating like food, and they set their plate of food on the ground right by Drunk Dog, and Drunk Dog didn't even try to eat their food. And we both were shocked by that because we grew up with dogs who would eat any food they could smell.
Yes.
And we realized it was because Drunk Dog was so fucking drunk they didn't even know there was food
Or
there.
such a wine snob.
So it launched into a 3-minute monologue of Drunk Dog. I enjoyed that.
Drunk Dog was the bright spot.
The bright spot. So we gained some sympathy for Jessica because we learned that I forgot what the exact, but that Jessica.
Don't tell us.
Well, no, I forgot the specifics because I didn't watch the episode. I just listened to us. But Jessica has had no relationship with her father, like, ever.
Right.
Like, I think he chose and he said, "I don't want to be a part of your life." So we were like, "Whoa, this is some shit." This is the episode. I just want to warn y'all. This is the episode where they try to make us think that Cameron and Lauren have problems. You and I were really distressed because we were worried. And I don't want y'all to go through that. They're fine. They're still together. Cameron and Lauren don't have problems, y'all.
They're wonderful.
They're wonderful. They're perfect.
They're cherubs blessed by God.
This is also where we learn. I learned that a cat house was actually a place where they said prostitution happens. I actually thought it was a cat house, like my ex-boyfriend.
What?
Because my ex-boyfriend David ran a cat sanctuary, and that's what I thought it was, just a cat house. So you made me question everything I knew. So
I'm always teaching you new words.
that's true. What else is it? This is we also asked the question, what is the dog's favorite wine? We answered that question, y'all. Also, I think this might have gone over in your episode 9 too, but this is the beginning of Damien and Gigi fighting.
Yes.
And it's about the sex stuff.
Yeah, that was first brought up in this episode.
But like the whole, and so we again, we were wrong. The things that I like to point out where we went wrong. We said that she said that Damien can't give her an orgasm. We said that Damien could. I now don't believe that.
We were wrong.
We were wrong.
I think he just finishes too quickly.
Yeah. You said that in the episode.
Yeah.
But then forgets about her. Something's happened. Also, we were wrong in this episode where we said we feel like Mark is way more of an adult than Jessica.
Wow.
We were wrong.
I think we were so wrong about him in general because he was such a good actor on screen.
He and Barnett, we were complete. Like, we went hard at Jessica, but it made sense in the edit.
Yeah.
But
everyone did.
But he and Barnett, we were wrong.
Agree.
All right, everybody. But enjoy this episode 8 of Love is Blind.
Roll it, Gary.
Just took 15 minutes for you to fucking sit yourself.
Y'all need to
Sweating.
look up a meme that's saying gays don't know how to sit. It is amazing. I don't.
Or you could just Google you.
Fair.
Fair.
Y'all.
Love is blind. Love is blind. Love is blind. It's 90 Day Gays presenting Love is Blind.
Y'all, this is episode 8. of
Episode
Love
8.
Is Blind.
Love is
And this
Blind.
is 90 Day Gays presents Love is Blind
Boy, we're like
on Netflix.
We're like that out of control freight train. We're just going to the end. Going to the end.
Or just right off the rails.
In Polar Express, just going into the ice.
I never saw that movie.
It's all right.
The animation bothered me.
My nephews love it because they saw it when they were kids. It is a sweet movie. It's a very sweet movie. It's well done. It is a good movie. I like it very much.
Is it kind of like Snowpiercer?
No. No, you talked about that in the last, or a couple of ones ago, because that was the temperature check. Oh, God.
Y'all, this is episode 8.
We said that already.
We've met
Oh,
the
God,
parents.
He's sober. He's still
I'm-
repeating himself.
We've met the parents.
We met the parents, yes.
We
We
just
pick up
finished
with
up. We
that.
just finished up. I don't know why that couldn't have been on the last episode. I guess it needed to be
'Cause
a
they don't
cliffhanger.
I feel like last episode, episode 7, and episode 8,
Could have been one episode.
I feel like they are
They padded it.
running out of stuff.
Yep.
Y'all, I don't know how long this show.
It
we
could
don't
have been
do
9 episodes.
We don't do shows for time limits. We just give y'all quality entertainment. So I don't know how long this.
Do we?
It's debatable. There wasn't a lot that happened this episode.
No, I still have some stuff to say.
Oh no, I do too.
I got a lot to say to you people.
I mean, if this was Kelly and Kenny, we'd say, "We'll see you next week, guys."
a
But
whole episode with them.
2 minutes in and we're done.
So Daddy Speed is with Cameron, and Lauren is a smart girl, like she is.
Yes.
Says, "I'm gonna let you sort it out." That's what I would do.
Yeah, she's like, "I'm gonna let y'all talk."
And Speed is like, "This is a big step. I want you to know I have problems with this."
Dad said, "You didn't ask for my blessing."
Well, you really couldn't because you were underground somewhere in Simi Valley.
Simi Valley. They were
so
in a bunker.
it would have been hard without any cell service.
That's fair.
Yep.
That's fair.
And I thought he was really good with the father. And he says, I would have really wished she would have dated inside her race. And he's like, how are you going to feel in a room full of black people? And he's like, well, I was in a relationship for 5 years with a black girl. So I have experience. And he's
Yeah.
like, Oh.
Yeah.
Guess I gotta
Guess I gotta-
rethink that
yeah.
now.
I feel fine in a room full of black men.
I know you do. More than fine.
Especially, usually we're naked. There's not clothes involved. But, you know.
And you're usually being passed around like a hacky sack.
Yeah, and everybody.
Kick.
Yes.
Oh, I hit him with the back of my knee.
Ooh, everybody feels comfortable. Everyone can be them true selves.
So yeah, he basically says at the end, I won't judge you by anything that other than how you treat my daughter. So it's kind of we've been building up to all this building up. It's like Jessica saying, so-and-so, she's going to have a problem with me being 34, and no one does.
That's going to be
My
Jessica the
baby
entire
voice.
time. She's going to be like, oh, they're so upset. No,
my
we don't care.
God.
He said he's honest. I mean, he was honest. He said, I don't really love it, but
Yep. And he does like one of the things like Betsy's mom did at the end of Emily's mom at the end of last season when she got married to Sasha on 90
Oh,
Day.
yeah.
And she goes, well, let's see how it goes.
see how it goes. Let's see.
Just
how it
ride this out.
goes. Ride this out.
So the next thing is they are bros and suits and ladies with dresses.
Yes. Bros in suits and ladies with dresses.
You could have sped through all of this.
This
it
was like filler.
The dresses, y'all, no one wore anything that was a little extreme. Of course, Amber tried on something where she was almost naked.
and
And of course, Jessica hated her dress because she
Jessica
looked
hated
bad.
her, and they edited her like wasn't good. I say so they do that, and then they kind of re-show at the end like their dresses. I guess when they
The
try
better
the second-
dress. Yep.
I did out of all of them. I kind of loved Amber's second dress the most.
Oh, it was really pretty.
It was very
shockingly. Gigi's second dress for me.
Oh,
It was
Gigi.
couture as fuck.
Gigi's dress was beautiful.
Everybody else looked good.
I liked Lauren's too. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
You liked the fit of it.
Yeah, Kelly's dress was okay. Just
Kelly's
okay.
dress
It
was
was the
okay.
one. She's got big shoulders, y'all. You gotta. It's hard with a woman with a big shoulder.
Her dress just looked very boring.
Yeah.
Jessica's was pretty. It looked like an anthropology
She
dress.
wasn't knowing how to wear it. She's like, I don't want to fully commit to being a bride.
It was like that. It was that energy of it. Because the dress, because I say that in a good way, Anthropology has really beautiful wedding line stuff, and it looked like that. It
and
looked
she's
very
kind of
her.
a tall girl, y'all. So she's kind of apologizing for her height. Or she looks tall to me.
It looked like a lot for her because she's so petite and thin. Maybe
Yeah.
a dress with less.
And even she even said near the end, she's like, it's very pretty. I
But-
just don't know if it's right.
Even, I know, and the woman helper's like, it's pretty? That's all you got to say? Bitch, you don't need to get married.
Those poor. Anyway, I thought it was really sweet when Kelly's sister Ashley started to cry, and she's like, "I'm just gonna miss my little sister."
Y'all, I loved her. I love this family. Her sister looks like a lesbian you go to do astrology.
She does.
Or like that
She's
does
a-
outdoor hiking adventures for
Or she's
people
a
in Portland.
professor at a school back east.
Yeah.
Private.
She
school
kind of
back
had
east.
man hands.
Yeah, she's sweet. Look, she's
no,
pretty,
but I
though.
bet that's because she's just really just knows how to. I just love that family. I'd hang out with them all.
They're cool.
They're cool.
Liz,
They are. They're cool. They're
Dad
just
with
cool.
ponytail.
Yes.
Yep.
I forgot about the dad with ponytail.
I don't think there was anything else. So Jessica's being dramatic.
She is.
Can we talk about the Jessica Barnett conversation out on some patio with torches?
Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Here comes the rain again. It was raining all over them. Like a melody. Ordering in my head like a new emotion.
and y'all-
Which is not what Jessica has.
She even
Where is it?
says,
I can't find
she's
it.
like, you know, whatever.
Okay.
Really, she's like, I just want to clear the air. And he's like, yeah, I just, you know, it made it kind of made us uncomfortable.
Am I recording?
And she's
Okay,
like,
just check.
why? Why do you make it uncomfortable? What do you mean? It was really bad.
Where-
At one point she was like, really? I think I gave you the wrong impression, like I was into you. Girl, you were drunk off your butt. And you did say that.
It was very clear. The fact that she was like, you know what she did? She pulled a Poodle Boudreaux. I literally have seen Jake, like, again, as we talked about, make out and practically sit on somebody's face in public places. And then the next day when I call him out on it, I'm like, Jake, do you
No,
not
I
remember? And he was
didn't.
like, no, what? What do you mean?
That was a natural expression of a man with
No.
showing love for another man.
I didn't sit on his face. I just patted him on the back and said, hi. That is literally what Jake does.
It was fine.
And because his mother does the same
She
thing.
does.
And so
My mother will admit nothing.
and the mother poodle, and the fact that she is so clueless, and she was like, she really was. I think she was, because she's not that good of an actor.
No.
I think she legitimately was like, oh my God, how did you think that I was still into you when I was drunk in the bed talking about how fucking hot you
yeah,
were? How?
She was like, I don't know. We really must have got our signals crossed.
real. Oh my gosh.
And she even said, he even said to her, he's like, well, you're a good faker. She was taken aback.
because he called her on her
Yeah.
shit, and she was like, "What?" He was like, "Should I not say that?" She said, "No, don't say that." That's why I think I don't have any respect for her. Is that she said like, "Look, I'm a hot mess, and I'm trying to make things work, but I'm still into you."
Yeah.
I would have respected her more instead of, again, here is she talks about being this established woman. Honey, Mark is more of an adult than you are because he owns his
He is.
feelings. They're confused, but at least he owns them.
She even basically says,
hater.
you know, and I'm really so happy for you guys because I really feel like that you're you're kind of perfect, and I think like I can't, but at the same time I can't believe you were ending up together. She said that at least 4 or 5 times.
4 or 5 times. She's like, really?
can't believe this.
Like, you enjoy her vagina. Really? It's like, yeah.
She couldn't stop
It's
saying
like
that.
when I was trying to talk to my straight friends after newly coming out, but you think you could still go back to women to say if you're, like asking your bro friends, you touch her tits and it doesn't make your dick shrivel up in your stomach. Really? Like you touch the softness of her skin and doesn't make you think you want a hard man. Really?
and they're so confused.
They're like, yeah. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
you can't do that.
and I just walk away. Don't get it.
We move in quickly to a workout montage in the generic.
Let's get physical.
I wish that was the song that was played.
No.
Unfortunately, this song was like, turn around, walk straight around to the door. Whoa. Turn around, turn around, turn around. Yeah.
Yeah. It was not good.
And this is by a really offbeat Swedish singer-songwriter called Pim.
Oh, I like that name. I like that name.
P-Y-M.
Pim. Mm-hmm. All right. That makes sense. That makes sense. Where am
It stands for Please Your Mother.
Please, your mother. So
Anyway,
we're talking about Damien.
Please Your Mother. That's what Pim stands for.
So we're talking about Damien and Gigi
Yes.
now.
They're working out. She says, "You're on your phone." She's trying to talk to him. He's trying to pause it. Y'all, here's the thing about, I will say, Damien is patient. He's being patient
He
because a
is.
girl like Gigi, kind of like someone who dates me, you have to be patient because I will blow up at things, little things. Occasionally, I've been told. It's small,
Jesus.
but
Don't even.
and he's been like, and he finally he
you
got
are
touchy.
better. You are better.
He got really touchy about it.
He came at her hot. He came at her hot and defensive. It was a little like, okay.
And you feel like she was like, "What is this?"
Well, he's finally kind of expressing some emotion
Right.
instead of just like reacting to her.
Yeah, it's true. He's and I think that's hard for him. It's not easy for him to express how he feels because no one ever asked him growing up.
Yeah, and finally he said, I feel like you make me an option, not a priority.
That is dead on correct.
That is dead.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to talk about more of this at the dinner, but I can imagine she probably is on her phone a lot
For her job.
because
Yep.
we don't know what her job is. We haven't Googled any of these
She
people yet.
says business owner, which could be like cat house. She could literally be a prostitute. She could be a madam.
That's what my first ex-boyfriend did, or actually my only ex-boyfriend, serious one. He, I think, graduated
Did you
college.
really become a prostitute?
Oh no! Actually, I think he did do that a little bit for drugs. He kind of went wild after I broke up with him.
Okay.
They usually do. They don't handle it well. They know that the
best they've ever had
is gone because I'm one of
Or
those.
they're like, thank God.
No, they're never like that. Never. But when I break up with you, I break up with you. I will never get back together with you out of pride.
I'm kind of that way too.
I remember I once told him because he said he wanted to be friends, and then he tried to throw a new relationship on my face and throw it at me, and I said, I don't want to ever hear you breathe in my existence again.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Y'all, this bitch seems nice that she will cut you off. The coldness that exists.
I never. So anyway, so he did a little drugs after that. He got a belly button ring and then did some gay stuff, graduated college, and then he moved to his mom's in Arkansas, and they ran a barn that was a cat rescue.
So not a cat house.
It was a cat rescue, but it was a cat barn.
Okay. I was talking about prostitution, but that's fine.
But you were talking about cats, too.
No, a cat house. That's what they call a whorehouse.
They do?
Yeah.
I thought you meant a literal cat house.
No. When
Like
they
a
say,
house full
yeah,
of
she's running a cat house over there. That's a
Really?
whorehouse. Yeah.
Really? I thought you meant like she liked cats.
Why do I feel like every show is me telling you something you don't know?
Y'all come at us if I have a lot of people who supported me with this Foot Locker that didn't know that there was an actual Foot Locker.
No,
So
actually, such a thing as a Foot Locker. Yeah.
please let me know if you were shocked by the term cat house. If you've always thought
That
it's
it is
been
a house of ill
people-
repute.
Yeah, if you thought it's been a house of actual cats, let me know.
I'm
We've had
just
a
more worldly than you are.
We've had a bunch of cat ladies come at us in the Sissy Squad anyway.
Did I say something about cats?
Did we say something about cats?
I don't think so. You told me on Facebook I was served.
I just blamed it on you because I didn't know what I said.
I don't know if I went off on
Y'all,
cats.
did we say something about
Y'all,
cats?
I
Let us
like
know.
cats. I used to live with one.
I used to.
We did too.
Oh, really? I used to
Booby.
not because my brother was allergic, so we never were around them. And I'd go over
I
to
grew up with one.
Well, I'd go over to people's houses, and their cat would never let me pet it. So I'm like, I don't like you. But then we lived with one, and I love
I
that.
respect them.
I love them.
I don't necessarily seek them out, but a cat, because I'm allergic, will always jump up on my lap.
The problem with poodle, yes, the allergies for poodle, but also the problem with poodle and cats is he can't always outsmart a cat, and that upsets him.
I can always outsmart a dog.
He can
y'all.
always outsmart a
Ooh,
dog,
boy.
and if he doesn't feel in control, because that cat sometimes that we lived with,
Ooh,
Toby,
she was smart.
He gave him the riot act.
Yeah, she'd take a shit in the corner of my room.
Yeah, Jake would fuck with him, and he would say,
Yep, take a shit in my room.
he would.
A cat, y'all. Dogs don't ask for forgiveness either, and dogs feel bad. Cats get even.
They get even.
Mm-hmm.
Look, y'all come at us in the squad with your stories of your cat getting even. That'll be a good one.
I'd like to talk about next. The next place where is the Old Blind Dog Irish Pub,
yes.
which needs a little work on the name.
Yeah,
Just say the Old Blind Dog.
yeah.
We get it. It's a bar.
It's a lot.
It couldn't be anything else.
Those people that have to fill out their order forms or paperwork, they just
Can
spend
you
time minutes
imagine?
just writing
they
the
just
title.
Stop. Old Blind.
They just probably put OBID bar.
Anyway, so Barnett's drinking. Amber shows up. He's like, I don't really know what she does all day because she hasn't worked. And this may wind up being, in this episode, we saw 2 different scenes of them not being in a good place. Maybe they're kind of fooling us, Netflix or the producers.
Maybe.
But this was messy, y'all.
Well, so the first, they're basically, the first wasn't as messy, but basically she doesn't have a lot of money. Look, she says, I don't want to ask my mom a lot. She's done so much, but her mom probably doesn't have a lot of money either. And so we thought they were paying for these weddings on the show, but I guess not.
I read that I think they were paying only like $500. How much, maybe on the dresses I was thinking of.
$500.
I don't understand why Netflix couldn't pay for their weddings.
I'm sorry. If you're making me get married and plan a wedding in 2 weeks,
In 5 weeks.
you're
yeah.
fucking paying for my wedding. Or at
Agreed.
least giving me like $10,000 as a starter.
I agree. It seems ridiculous. Someone come at
Boy,
us. I need to know.
Production people fuck people. Yeah, someone know.
And so Barnett's feeling, she basically kind of just beats around the bush to say, yeah, I don't want to ask my mom, so, and basically she wants him to give him a bunch of money for the
Because
wedding.
she says, I'd like for us to handle this ourselves. Well, she doesn't make money.
No,
She has
she doesn't have
nothing.
anything.
She has nothing.
She doesn't have a home.
She doesn't have, which, here's the deal. I want to talk a little bit about, because
Financial equity between partners.
well, I just want to talk about. I feel like this is personally what I believe. So, I honestly think you don't get married to someone just if you love them. Like I love my partner. We're done. We're together. I don't need to get married to him yet. I feel like I would want to get married. It's a deeper way of love, but it's a legal thing. So you get married to join kind of, I don't know, I see it in a loving way, a little bit more contractual, like the old school way of marriage.
I don't see it that way. I see marriage as a way for your family and your communities to join together, which is done by a wedding.
Both of that as well.
Now that's a very Southern thing, because in here people live together all the time and they've already done that. They've already had that. In the South, it's much more about, this is a ceremony, this is a rite of passage.
I do see
Your
the ceremony,
wedding.
Pat. I
Yep.
do see the ceremony, but I guess I can explain a little better in a way of like, we're getting married so that way we're legally bound, so that way we can build things together. We can build equity together. We can build, whether it's a house, whether it's proper, whatever you can build. Because with a part of being a partner is that you're with somebody that will support you emotionally, but financially, if you need it, you support them. It's like, it's another step of building safety. I'm building safety. With
I
this
totally
person.
agree with you. I just think that you're more evolved on the topic than most people are.
Well, I'm just saying I'm not saying this is the way to think about it. I'm just saying that is the way I think about it. So
I guarantee you none of these people feel that way.
that's what I was
Because
going to say.
you're signing up for this show. You don't feel that way.
Kenny and Kelly maybe do.
No.
Well, that's
No,
true.
they're
If you're
too
s-
traditional.
If you're signing up for that show, you're
No,
not thinking that.
your wedding is a fairy tale thing. It is a fanciful thing that you're wanting, a storybook thing.
And I'm not judging other people who don't, but I agree
Yeah.
with you, like the way so that goes back to Amber. The way Amber is approaching this marriage is like
All your troubles are going to go away as soon as you're
all your
married.
troubles are going away,
Yep.
and I'm enough. It's just me. Whereas I'm kind of like, no, if I want to marry somebody, it's like whether it doesn't, even if you're not working, but it's this idea of, okay, we're going to get married. What are you going to do to build in that safety for us?
I would agree. I don't think he can say that to her. And it will come off as he will be dismissive and finally have to tell her no and be a sad puppy dog.
Yeah, that's true.
And here's I don't think I understand the way you think about
I'm
marriage.
also 40, and they're not.
Also, none of these people, that concept of marriage is so far away what these people are thinking. They're wanting
true,
the
'cause
fairy
they
tale.
went on a fucking reality
So,
show.
Again, I can see your point. None of those people are going to believe any of that.
Yeah, that's true.
I see marriage as a trap, but that's a whole other thing. I wouldn't go on this show, y'all, unless I could kill my husband early
Unless it was
on.
like somebody falling in love with 70-year-old men.
Exactly. Like the Anna Nicole show. I would be doing great at that.
I think she loved him.
That was real. It was
That
real.
was real. Y'all, Anna Nicole lived a life. R.I.P.
That was one of the first reality shows.
I never saw it.
Oh, it was such a train. It was actually sad. The longer it was on, it was sad.
Was it one of those shows where, like, when reality was real?
Yeah. I mean, it was scripted, but, like, her life was just so, like, just a fucking disaster.
Is that when she was married, too?
Yeah.
To
I
the
think
old guy?
I think she had divorced him. And the family was coming after her.
Does she have a kid still?
Yeah.
Raised by that guy?
Yeah.
I bet that kid's, like,
Fucked up.
old now.
Maybe.
Don't you think? Hey, Siri, how old is Anna Nicole's children?
Here's what I found. Take a look.
Read it to us.
So Daniel Wayne
Daniel.
Smith is 34 years old.
Fuck!
And the other one, Daniel Lynn, or whatever her name was, is
Yeah.
13.
Y'all,
We're fucking old.
Anna Nicole's son is
Is
34.
34.
Like Jessica, y'all.
Yes.
34 years old.
34 years old.
Wow, we're old.
Wow. I don't remember him being our age, but I guess he was.
Kind of.
I remember Dana Lynn because I hated that name.
Let's talk about Lauren and Cameron in this completely producer-created scene where they were talking about guest lists. And they kind of
Yeah.
faked that they were scared. Y'all, these people are in-game. Again, if there's anything that destroys them, if someone gets in the middle of their relationship,
If Tiffany breaks this up, Jake's coming after her.
Tiffany, yeah, that's not even funny. Or if someone...
He just put down his pad when I said that, ready to fight.
I'm ready to fight. They are in-game. I will protect them at all costs.
Now, but they did have a good thing, because this was very true. It's something I think of. My parents went through a divorce, then they went through some other ones, other divorces. Your parents have been together for
They have.
what?
God, I was born 5 years.
1961. So
I was born like 5 years after they married. No, unlike you, it wasn't a shotgun wedding.
they were married. So
They were married 5 years. So I'm 36. So
yeah,
they've been married a little over 40 years.
my parents are shotgun married. They were.
That's right. You were the second one.
I was second, but they were married when they were 20, and my mother had my brother at 26.
Oh, so they had been together a while.
Yeah. They were high school together. Maybe she was even married at 19.
You think you cheated on your mother before?
I don't know. They tried. They had their first. My mom got pregnant when she was 24. And
Miscarriage?
then she miscarried twice.
Yep.
So, yeah, she had my brother out before she turned 27, and then she had me at 29.
She kind of It's
So
I'm
they
sorry.
went-
It's your brother.
No, my
who-
brother is
Your brother had the
brother,
shotgun
yeah.
wedding.
And
That's
they're
why
21 years
That's why
in.
your niece and nephew are old, and mine
Yeah.
or your nephews are older, and mine are like all under 10.
They are.
Yeah.
But I was gonna. This is a good point that I'm glad you actually said my brother, because I was like, well, I guess I have them. I don't have any role models in my family. Like my dad.
Who were good in relationships.
Shockingly, Aunt Peggy and Aunt Darla have a divorce too. And then I guess my Uncle Leonard, but he's down there in Dallas. I never see him and Aunt Cheryl. And my Uncle A.W. that died, he had like. Well, my Aunt Jeannie, they were together for a while, but he divorced her, and then he was, so no. That was a sad history. That was a sad
Yeah, I felt
history.
every second of it
But
tick by.
Lauren brought up a point, though, that you don't have this aspirational thing to look to as far
because
as
his
a
parents
wedding.
are together, and she said you've seen the happy ending, and I haven't.
Because it sounds like her parents' divorce was kind of like mine. Because mine were together for 21 years. So I had to say I do relate to that. I feel if and when I do get married, I do have this pressure of I don't want a divorce because the divorce of my parents was so painful and horrible for all of us involved. I just don't want to go through that. My brother and I talk about that a lot.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Y'all, if you're getting divorced, I don't care how well adjusted you are. Take your kids to therapy. They need it.
Or
Whether
just,
whether you know it or
talk
not.
to your kids about it.
Take them to therapy. Your pastor. Just take them to someone, preferably therapy. Not that there's anything wrong with pastors, but there's tools.
Your pastor can do a lot.
Oh, pastors are amazing. If you have a good,
Just not Pastor Cal on Married at First Sight.
no,
Because he's not in
him.
he's in the Church of
No.
Universal Light or some shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Should we talk about Jessica and Mark's scene with the rose petals that he's the sweet little making a dinner
We're
for
doing
him.
it different today. We're kind of bumping all over because we got to go back to other people. I like it.
Oh, I'm just doing it chronologically because the way that the show
Yeah.
is working now.
It's kind of more chronological.
Yeah. And there's a great, like the hit of the show. This song goes, "Make tonight the night."
Oh, I
Make
saw
the night tonight. Make it tonight. Make it tonight.
And then it's, let's not try to waste time.
Yes, that's
Something's been on my mind. This I Googled this one, if that's okay.
Yes.
This is by a band called Sherman Williams. Just so you know.
But not spelled like the paint.
No, it's
No.
not. No. It's
Sherman or Sherman.
and then kind of like Williams is spelled WILL, and then I'm sorry,
Yams.
underscore William underscore
Yes.
WILL, all lowercase, and then the UMMZ.
Yes,
all
Sherman
caps.
Williams.
Sherman
y'all.
Williams.
Williams.
Mm-hmm. And that actually is that is a group from, where are they? I wrote this down where they are from. It's some Patagonia. Patagonia.
Lovely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's good winters down there.
Good win. We have a sissy down there.
Patagonia, yes.
We do. We need to go see her.
Put us up, Becca.
She will.
So anyway, so
Yes,
they
let's talk
have
about
like
that.
they have a pod dinner, y'all.
So I kind of thought this was sweet.
I thought it was so sweet, and I thought it was a
so
great
too.
idea.
I thought so
don't
too.
know if it was Mark's idea or producer's idea.
I know one thing. It was not Jessica's idea. No. She's like, really?
Maybe it was that dog's idea.
I have to do something with him.
He's like, everything was a lot better when we were in the pods.
Well, it's so funny that you talk about that because so
I saw this too.
they're on side by side. There's food on the floor. Y'all, the dog is just sitting there looking
Y'all-
at Mark.
Any of our dogs who grew up, that dog would have eaten that food.
My dog Sophie was blind, and I'll never forget when she was old and blind. Climbed on the fucking couch to eat some Ina Garten engagement chicken that I cooked. And that engagement chicken is
Y'all,
good.
they're not fucking around. Dogs aren't fucking around with
Dogs
food.
aren't, but this
If you leave the
dog-
room, they will eat your food.
This dog is just looking up at Mark saying, I am so drunk. I mean, please, just give me some more wine. Mark, I love you.
through the night.
I don't even want no food. I just want something to drink. And then Mark sits down, and then Jessica sits in the other room. The dog sits by Mark and just lays
Just
down
sits there
and looks at him
and
like,
head just goes. Whoop, whoop. The dog's like, finally, someone with a human heart.
Your foot feels so comfortable. Hers is always twitching from anxiety. I can never sleep on it.
All I can do is drink some wine. It's the only thing that gets me
Only
through.
thing. Please, can you just shut her bedroom door and leave? Please take me. Please. Please.
Anyway, I'm gonna miss that dog.
I know the dog. And
I'm gonna miss the dog. Drink the dog. Whiny dog's voice.
It's
Whiny
true.
dog's voice.
it's true. She got her favorite wine, but it's not the dog's.
The dog is like, I prefer a Cote de Rhone.
Cote de Rhone, please.
So anyway, Jessica tells the story that her mother got pregnant at 23. She refused to have an abortion. The guy left. Her
This is
father
where we
left.
find some shit out.
And she's like, then we hear the biggest reveal of the show. Newsflash, this is to everyone, was probably shocked. I have abandonment and attachment issues.
No. I mean, so here's the deal. And this is actually where I felt somewhat sorry for her in that
Oh, I feel sorry for her.
having
Yeah.
a father who says they don't want nothing to do with you before they even meet you, that's rough.
That can
is
fuck you up.
rough,
It can fuck you up.
rough.
I agree.
And that will fuck you up for the rest. I hope to God, I was about to say, if you're listening, Jessica, but I'm pretty sure by now
Nope.
she's sobbing in a corner somewhere if she listened to
Y'all,
any episode.
they have been brutal to her on social
Oh, I'm
media.
just saying-
I mean, come on, really.
I'm just talking about us. Maybe
Oh.
where you said in the first episode, I hate her, I hate her, I hate her. And she went, I don't know what I did. But anyway,
Yeah, I haven't been kind. I have
Jessica,
not been
I
kind.
hope you've gotten some therapy. Y'all, if you're a friend of Jessica and you're listening, let us know if she's had some therapy. Or actually, I don't care about me. Maybe make sure she goes.
Yeah, we don't care. So,
But that really explained a lot. I still hate her. But
Yeah.
That's really, 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 really shitty.
and she did say the happy ending was my mom met my dad and he adopted her at 4, which is a
great.
sweet thing. Yeah. And then she even says he comes in and she's like, "You're everything I've ever wanted." Then they actually kiss. It's like a
It was
moment.
It's the first time they actually had like a decent kiss.
We've heard that Marcus said earlier, the physical and the emotional have meshed. But
they've had sex.
I don't know. I need him to say, "We fucked," like my deaf friend.
I stuck it in.
I need to tell someone. Someone on Instagram asked me, DM'd me and said, "I want to hear the deaf hook up with the deaf guy story." I can't tell that, y'all, because it's not pretty.
It's not pretty.
And it's offensive.
I think it'll get us kicked off the
It
air.
will. It will.
So, you can maybe if you come to our meetup in April.
Maybe we'll tell about it on our if when we start doing we're doing crowdcast.
No, you can still record stuff on that too.
Okay, so we might. Oh, we can't do it.
It's got to be like you can do it on
can be-
Snapchat when it goes away. Like that's it.
Maybe it was Snapchat.
Nothing
Okay.
recorded.
Anyway, we'll move on, you guys. To I think what else was there? Oh, there was to Gigi and Damien's dinner.
Sure, yeah, we can talk. Yeah, let's talk about them.
So y'all, he's basically saying to her,
He lays it out.
I can't do this much, and the camera slows down and shows her scrolling across her phone, and the kettle drums on the TV went gong gong
Gong, gong.
He's like, seriously?
Seriously?
Now, imagine it had been the opposite way. Gigi would have thrown a drink in his face.
She would have.
Because that's her. Now, I did enjoy. He finally says, if we keep things the way they've been going, you will lose me. You will lose me.
You know how
That
I
was
said-
powerful.
It was very powerful. You know how I said last episode, I said, I'm really rooting for them. They're going to make it. And then I said, hopefully next episode they don't prove me wrong. Well,
I know you have more expectations for them than I do.
I don't know. I really like them both. I do not think they should be getting married this soon.
No.
They've got a lot of stuff to work through.
I just feel like there's such a wide gulf between them.
I don't feel like
It's
they're too
really-
different. But it's more of like
It doesn't matter. No, not they're too different. The way they handle life, the way they process all of their
Well, I mean,
environments.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes to what I'm saying. It's all of that. And the difference of not just, it's not almost ideological stuff, but it's more almost their cultural stuff. Like, we are watching, to me, this was an education in, like, American privilege.
Yeah.
With her talking about her family.
I send care packages to my family.
And also, y'all, I know we don't like
Although not her family who visited her, y'all, because they rich.
It's true. And we're assuming too, like he said his family is very conservative. I'm assuming that if we're going to,
I don't know if that happened
We-
because she said Venezuela, my country's in shambles. I don't know.
but I'm just saying they have
Yeah.
apparently different political reviews.
Yep.
I'm assuming that probably he's more Republican and she's more Democrat.
He is. I don't know if you even want to put it that way because she's
just-
from a country with where a dictator has been.
Yeah, that's what I
So,
mean. Like
yeah.
she's a country with a dictator, so she's looking at things from a different eye than what he's looking
Yeah,
at.
and I think too, you kind of heard that when she's like, "Don't say GD as much." So he's very religious,
Yeah.
or at least was raised in a religious.
Which actually makes me judge his parents more. If he comes from a very religious family and his parents don't even want to meet the woman that he wants to marry,
Oh, Southern,
bunch of
Southern
bullshit.
evangelicalism. Evangelicalism? Yeah, evangelicals.
I love it when he can't say stuff. It always happens to me. So
there is a huge double standard
It's
of
hypocritical and
how
fuck off.
how human beings treat one another.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you're not their tribe, oftentimes if you are not in either the same church or
Yeah.
don't look like them, they're not interested in either getting to know you or they don't really see you as a person. They see
don't.
you as an other.
Yeah.
And they have a hard time putting themselves in the same shoes as the other.
Yes.
Yeah, that's just a thing.
But what I think was great about is that because of this whole room and things like that and going in the pods, it is this idea that we can get to know one another on a different level before we see people for whatever flag they're holding and flag
Right.
they're waving. Do I think they have a shot at it? I do, but I think they've got a
Boy. This is a long, hard slog.
Everything
y'all.
they go about is just different. He's born here. She comes from a family of immigrants. Like this is a whole different type of situation for understanding.
But even when he was finally, he basically said, "This is the way things are." Blah blah blah. This is how I didn't know that about you. Blah blah blah. But this is I just need you to know this is who I am. And she's like, "This is why I fell in love with you."
I know.
And I kind of teared up because again, y'all, she is good. Gigi is great TV.
She is great TV.
Oh. And there's a great song at the end of this. One of my favorite bands, really. And it was just, stay, stay, stay. Stay, stay, stay. Stay, stay, stay. And you know, there's a great, that's
A lot of lyrics in that one.
Yeah.
Really mixed it up.
little known singer-songwriter that has, people confuse her name all the time. We've heard of the Hamburglar. She's the Cheeseburglar.
Oh, the Cheeseburglar.
Yes.
Oh. You're still thinking about that Whopper from
Little bit.
2 shows ago, aren't you?
No, I'm thinking about the Cheeseburglar being one of the greatest singer-songwriters on the top 60,000.
Oh, great. 59,990.
She just got 59,990. Thank you. God, give her some breaks.
Give her some breaks.
Anyway,
Anyway.
so there's a scene with Kenny and Kelly that we've learned they haven't fucked y'all, and this frustrates me to no end. I get it. I completely get it that she confesses that a lot of men in the past who she's been with haven't been able to give her an orgasm. But damn, Kenny's balls are bluer than blue.
Blue.
Blue on blue, heartache on heartache.
Oh, I don't know that song.
It's an oldie.
Did it come out when
Sorry,
you were in
Barbara Mandrell didn't sing it, so you won't know it.
Oh, well, it must have come out when you were in high school before I was born.
We are 18 months apart.
When you were a doo-wop girl.
We are 18 months apart.
When you were working at the sock hop in your roller skates.
Hey, you want to buy me a shake?
Now I want to shake. It is annoying that they haven't. I mean,
It's not annoying. I said it's
not annoying.
frustrating. It's frustrating
but I
to
also
me.
feel for her because this is a lot of problems. I didn't know this, but until my sexuality class in college, like 10 years ago. But one of my girlfriends, I thought all women knew this, and she just called me one day and she said, "Hey, I got a new vibrator, and did you know that you can squirt when you come?" And I said, "Yes, women can shoot like a fountain." It's like, have you ever
How
seen
did we
that?
get here?
How did we get here?
But no, why are we talking?
No, I was going to say is that I don't think this is talked a lot about. I don't think I'm glad they talked
Female
about
orgasms.
it. Female orgasms
I
aren't
think
talked a lot
squirting
about.
is very different than having an orgasm.
No, but I think women do it when they have an orgasm, I believe.
but not all. That's
No, not all. I'm bringing that up because some women might be driving down the road listening to this going, women squirt when they have a podcast? Like I had my girlfriend, she said I had to call my doctor. I said, "What happens if I peed when I come?"
I'm just saying, not all women should expect to squirt when they
No.
orgasm. You did that in the opposite order.
I'm just saying you can. You can. But
if
it's
we
a
have
big
any
deal.
straight men listening, you're gone.
And you know what? And straight men, if you're
And gay men, you're gone too.
If your wife's not squirting with an orgasm, maybe you want to check in.
Well,
maybe you need to give it to her. Maybe you need to
Again,
ride that pony.
I don't want to say that that's a requisite.
Maybe you need to just flush that commode.
Anyway,
Goosh.
this is a problem for a lot of. I can see a lot of women saying, "This guy's great. What if he doesn't give me an orgasm? Then? Because I don't know if I'll be able to tell him how to do it."
Well, but here's the deal. We've already covered this. He's going to munch her vagina
Agreed.
forever. She's going to come just from him
Yeah, but she's got
chomping down.
she's got scars because either the guy wasn't able to, and the sex hasn't been good
Yeah.
in relationships. So I understand it.
I hope that this storyline comes to some sort of climax.
I just hope we never have to talk about squirting again.
Get it? Climax. It was a pun.
No,
It was a pun.
You just completely put. You sound like a gay man talking about orgasms with women who knows nothing about what he's talking
I know
about.
a lot about vaginas. You didn't have to school me on how many holes they had at all.
That actually happened, y'all.
Actually, I think that happened in the regular one. I don't know.
So Lauren and her friend Tiffany get together.
Oh yeah.
Like this is kind of a forgettable scene too.
No.
Oh wait,
This
wait,
is
what?
this is the
Hold
most
the presses.
memorable scene in Love Is Blind history.
This I forgot about this.
I
This,
didn't.
This
I
gave-
squirted myself.
This gave me life. Because y'all, we found out. So the friend is like, "Oh, it's Caucasian," and she's like, "The swirl," and then she asks,
What's different?
Tiffany will be in her bridal party,
Yes.
and
Is this a 90 Days Theater?
it's only one line, so probably not.
Probably not. You whore.
So she says, she's like, "What's different?" She goes, and
And
just eats a fry and
eats a
pops
fry
in her mouth. And I went, "No, that's not right." She's like, "But trust me, it is perfectly wonderful in
It's
that
perfectly
department." And that's why he has a big dick, y'all. Oh, the
big dick.
Got a-
Well,
got
she
a
even
big
said,
dick. Got a big
dick. She even
big
said,
dick.
in fact, I was pleasantly surprised.
Pleasantly
And y'all,
surprised. He got a
big dick, pleasantly surprised. It's code for huge dick, huge dick. Cameron is a scientist with a big dick. He likes to walk around and give it that stick. He's a baller, he's a fucker. He give it to you hard. My name is Matt Maher. It doesn't rhyme with hard. I didn't.
That's
That's my
the
Cameron dick
worst-
rap.
That's the worst early 80s rap I've ever heard.
That's my Cameron dick rap.
Anyway, let's move on. That was abysmal.
I'm a really good rapper. Christmas presents. I'm a really good rapper.
Right.
Actually, I'm not. I'm terrible at that.
I could show you my Snow Woke rap.
Moving on.
Anyway,
Moving on.
Barnett and Amber, we have another cringeworthy scene at the end.
Okay, this is my deal with this.
Oh.
So Barnett is talking about his family and saying how he really gets pressure from what his family is feeling and the pressure they put on him. And Amber, instead of making it about, instead of listening to what he's saying, and just says, "That fucking sucks. That's got to be really hard. What kind of pressure do you feel?" And
Right.
asking him questions, she immediately says, "Well, would you defend me?"
She's like, "Are you going to back me up no matter what,
She
right?
totally
You're gonna
made it
back me
about
up no matter what."
And not that I think that these are bad questions to ask. I think it is good for couples to ask, like, "Hey, what are we talking about in public? What are we not talking about in public? This is how this was not the time for that." She just should have listened to him.
Yeah.
Don't you think that was out of place?
It's hard to tell because I don't feel like Amber is easy to, how should I say this, reason with. I don't feel like she's easy to
Really? I think she could be, actually.
I think she's got a lot of she's processed the world the way she knows it, and she's processed this kind of iconoclastic way. She's like, "This is me. You're gonna get me." Because
Yeah, that's true.
And so I don't feel like she has this way of life that people should her husband, her ride or
She
die,
doesn't
is going to
bend.
get her back.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. All that matters, they can talk about it in private, but you have to support me regardless. And I think that's because she's been with people who've criticized her in public, or
But I also think I agree with you. I think she's that person, but I think she's that person that won't do it because here she
I agree.
threw Barnett under the bus and started talking about
She
He
did.
picked another girl in front of which I actually didn't really appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm like and they laughed about it and teased him like, but you're talking about. You know what he already feels this way about his family. And now you're saying, well, he picked me after he almost picked another girl,
yeah,
and I locked him down
in front of
And
her parents,
and emasculated him in front
And
of
I
her
will
parents.
tell you, she made. This is what I know about a Southern woman. If that had happened in front of my Mother Poodle, she would have never been able to erase that comment from my mother's memory. My mother would talk about it for years
if
to come.
you met my mother, Bonnie Marr, and the first thing you did was even Jake, even Poodle, who will shade the fuck out of me knows not to shade me in front of my mother.
I do.
And I would
She'll
never
come for me.
and I would never do that for you in front of your mother.
No.
The fact that she did that in front of his mother,
Awful.
that's
Awful.
not.
She will hold that against that girl
You do
for the
not-
rest of her days.
You do not talk about a mother's son. Now, if it's a mother and daughter, the mother will probably drink wine and say, that's whore. Because the way mothers and daughters
She's
treat each
always
other,
been a whore.
She's always been a little tramp. Little tramp, my daughter.
Yeah, it's an uneasy relationship between mothers and daughters.
She
lots
gets
of
it
times.
from my sister-in-law. My father's sister was a slut.
Anyway, but don't come for a mother's son.
Don't come for
Don't
a mother's
come for
son.
a mother's son right there, y'all.
Don't do it.
If you do that to my mother's
Ooh.
likely. First of all, my mother would go. She might say, kind of mention, "That's crazy," and she's like, "Look at her talking about my son like that."
Yeah, because especially when you meet someone's parents for the first time, you know what they want to hear? All they want to hear is
How
how
great
much
you are.
love
Their
son.
son.
Or their
Yep.
daughter, and how much you're inspired by their presence.
Yep.
And if you ain't talking that, then you don't need to talk at all.
Agreed. Be on your.
There you
You
go.
know what? I will say this: Jessica knew how to handle this in her dinner with Mark.
Yeah, she was.
She knew how to handle that better.
She at least talked about her amazing life and barely said anything about Mark. But that was
And
the
you know
better
what,
way to
though?
handle it.
That's the thing. Jessica's working in the corporate world. She has a real job, and Jessica
true.
knows how to kind of handle a meeting. Amber
Kurt-
barely got off the couch today.
It's true. She watched a Netflix show. Now Curtis that works with Amber, he'll tell
Poor
you
Curtis.
that she
Curtis, who works with Jessica.
who works with Jessica, yeah, he'll tell you that he just wishes that she could take more than 30 minutes to decide which brand of coffee they're ordering for the morning meeting.
Oh, I can see it.
I mean, ooh.
We are now to our you're hot and you're cold. You're dead in your nose. You're in your air.
Now, real quick before we just want to mention Crowdcast, fuck you, Discord. We're not
Friday
using it.
at 5
p.m. Pacific
Pacific.
time. So Friday at 5
That's
p.m.
8 Eastern.
We're gonna
7 Central.
We're gonna send up a link on. You're gonna get a email link, and if you haven't seen that, then I would
Cancel your Friday plans.
cancel. If you haven't seen the email link, go to your Patreon account, and if you click on our feed, you should see in 2 days live
Yes.
broadcasts.
And you should be
So-
either getting an email or if you're on the Sissy Squad or the Patreon.
Yes, exactly. And you
yeah.
can click on that, and then we'll put the links out too on our we'll put it on everything. We'll put it on our Twitter and our Facebook and all that good stuff.
Carrier
yeah.
pigeons.
We'll put it on our Instagram. Carrier pigeons. God bless.
And y'all if you're on Friday night and your kids are around, tell your husband or someone or your oldest kid, watch these young ones for a minute. I got to go play with my 90-day gaze.
Yeah, we're just going to be there for an hour. That's
Come on
it.
and just check in with
and
us.
let's be honest, 5 o'clock is when Jake starts reading, so it's probably going to be more like 45 minutes.
Point made.
Point made.
Let's
All right,
talk about
temperature
hot
check.
and you're cold.
Okay, Lauren and Cameron.
They are like that Robin Hood song, like a knight in shining armor from a long time ago. Stay together, take it to my castle.
And actually, isn't that that's Karate Kid?
Oh, you're right.
I am the
Glory of Love.
man who will fight.
That's
for
Bryan Adams I was
your
thinking about.
honor. You're thinking of, it's true.
Everything I do it for you.
Everything
Y'all,
I
they are
do.
love ballad in movie of an action movie that really has no place. Level of hot.
Do it for you.
That kind of sounds like Rod Stewart to me, but that's fine.
Have you told?
Have I told you, dumbass?
lately I'm Rod Stewart.
So
Y'all, that was not Rod Stewart who jumped on the air right now. That was actually me. It was just that good.
What about you? What do you think? That's where I think they are.
I think that they are
That's
love ballad.
accurate.
They are love ballad.
Love ballad in an action movie where the love ballad really doesn't belong.
So I would say that's like a 91 with high humidity.
yeah, agreed.
Okay, let's talk about Damien and Gigi.
This is War of the Roses. I bet you still they get drunk and have sex and it's really hot. But this is like I hear the cops theme. Bad boys, oh, what you gonna do? Oh, what you gonna do when they come for you?
I feel like they are, you know what they are right now? Because it's either way. They are when you've been heating up your skillet,
Okay.
your iron skillet,
Uh-huh.
and then you take it out, and when you put your cornbread batter in it, and it sizzles. That's where they are right now.
It's very country metaphor, but yes.
But that's where everyth's sizzling. The sex, the
Yeah.
fight, Amber and Barnett.
Amber and Barnett. This is the scene when Dumbo sees his mother in a cage.
Wow.
This is that level of I can't watch and I don't want to watch, but I'm so sad I can't look away.
You know, it's funny. I have a totally different thing, but yet it's the same emotional feeling.
Okay.
A cold Dodger dog.
Same.
A cold hot dog.
Yes.
You're going to eat that hot dog.
Y'all, but you're gonna have to.
You're going to have to, but it's
cold. You're not going to enjoy
You're
it.
not going to enjoy it, but you have to eat it.
Kelly and Kenny. They are. You know what it is? It's like eating a whole hot fudge sundae,
Don't.
but only without hot fudge and vanilla ice cream.
Yes, I agree.
And there's no cherry.
Don't.
If you know what I mean.
She's as cold as ice. Dun, dun.
They're
Gonna
trying,
get
y'all.
you no bit tonight.
Anyway.
You know what I think of them? They're like, whereas Lauren and them are love ballad hot, they're like Disney princess ballad where nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah, nothing
They're
happens and we get
"For
nowhere at the end of the
first
song."
Time in forever.
What happens?
What happens?
I'm going to be okay. Yeah, a lot happened there. And then finally,
Who else? We're missing
Jessica
some-
and Mark.
Oh, Jessica and Mark.
Okay, y'all, for the first time
Uh-oh.
in forever,
They're not. That was good. That was good.
we are now we are inching up to we've landed off the Mars rover.
Okay.
And we're flying towards Earth. It's still freezing. We're still very cold, but we can kind of see a little bit of outline of the sun ahead.
Are we kind of like in a Russian space station right now?
Like the mirror, yes.
Yes. Okay.
I can see clearly now the rain is gone in space.
So they're in a Russian space station.
Yeah.
Hey, who knows? Maybe they'll stay there next week and we'll find cousin Olga in space.
She's a survivor, y'all. We've already said it. She's a survivor. Who knows?
Who knows? And I think that's it, right?
That's
the
it.
show. Y'all,
Y'all,
we've got one more of these to fucking do. One
feels like
more.
we're doing 1,100 of them.
I know. It's true.
Anyway, that's the show, y'all.
It's true. We're going to watch it now, probably, and then we're going to podcast about it later. But these are going to go up. We did it, Queen.
One more.
One more. But remember, y'all, we call these people lonely hearts because aren't we all just lonely hearts looking for love?
Yes. And if you find yourself at a bridal store in a strip mall, call us.